One of the other phenomenon that I have experienced is the emergence of blind spots. And the way that that occurs is through the dialogue of the organization, through the natural dialogue that happens. We're all there to offer our advice and assistance to others in the group. And a natural part of that is I need to discover more about your organization. And as I question you, well, tell me how you made that decision, or why did you decide on that model? What begins to happen is that there's kind of a natural challenging that's happening there. By asking those questions to understand, I'm having to explain my answers. And what happens is an owner, again, as you build your organization up, you start to inherently fall into paradigms. It's just, I think a certain way, I solve problems a certain way, and even with partners who solve problems different ways, we fall into a paradigm. And the funny thing is that I've experienced is when I have 8 other people sitting around a table that all come from different walks of life, that all solve problems differently, that all have come at building their businesses in a different way, they will ask questions in ways and from angles I never thought of, just because I don't think that way. And so that's what creates the opportunity for these blind spots to emerge. And it's not done in a you're not thinking the right way. It's done in a help me understand why you made that decision. And the most salient example I can give with my own personal experience is that almost from day one, definitely in the early months of my involvement with Inner Circle, the group was constantly challenging me on my margin model. Why is your margin model the way it is? Don't you think you could get more? And what had happened is myself and my 2 partners, we had created this huge hurdle that was only in our own minds about modifying our margin model. And it felt too huge for us to jump over. By virtue of the organization continuously questioning me about the margin model, what happened is that barrier started to feel smaller and smaller and smaller. And we began to realize that maybe this hurdle was only something of our own creation. And so we moved forward with modifying our margin model, and in a little less than a year, we moved our average margins. We improved our average margins by 66%. And you know what that can mean to a growing company. That's just that much more operating capital coming in at the gross profit line to feed the growth of the company, to get the people in here that we need to get in here, to invest in the tools we need to invest in, and all the other things that we needed to invest in to unlock the growth potential of the company.